Mark stared at his bank balance for the third time that night, hoping the number would change if he looked hard enough. It didn't. He had a good job, a steady paycheck, and somehow, by the end of every month, nothing left over. Just bills, a little stress, and the same question circling in his head. Where does all my money actually go? His father had always told him the same thing growing up. Work hard, get a stable job, save what you can. Mark believed it because it sounded responsible. It sounded safe. But safe wasn't getting him anywhere. Safe just kept him standing still while rent went up, prices went up, and his savings stayed exactly where they'd always been. Then one evening, his old friend Daniel invited him over. Daniel wasn't rich, not really, but his life felt different, lighter somehow. Mark asked him straight out, "How are you not stressed about money?" Daniel smiled and said something that stuck with Mark for weeks. "I stopped asking how to earn more. I started asking what makes money work for me." Mark didn't get it at first. To him, money was something you traded your time for. You worked, you got paid, you spent it on things you needed, and maybe a few things you wanted. That was the whole system. But Daniel showed him something simple. He pulled out a small notebook and drew 2 columns. One side said, "Things that put money in your pocket." The other said, "Things that take money out." Most of what Mark owned, his car, his gadgets, even his apartment, sat firmly on the second side. That single drawing cracked something open in Mark's mind. He'd spent his whole life thinking about earning and spending, but never once about owning things that earned for him while he slept. So Mark started small. He read more. He asked uncomfortable questions. He stopped buying things just because they looked impressive to other people. Instead, he started learning where real value actually came from, not appearances, not status, but understanding how money moved and grew. It wasn't instant. He made mistakes. He second-guessed himself constantly. There were nights he wondered if he was wasting his time, but slowly, the way he saw the world began to shift. He stopped seeing his job as the only source of safety. He started seeing it as a starting point. Months later, Mark looked at his finances again. The number wasn't huge yet, but for the first time, it felt like it was moving in a direction he chose, not one life had handed him. He thought back to his father's advice and Daniel's and realized they weren't really opposites. One taught him how to work, the other taught him how to think. And that one shift, from earning money to understanding it, was the real lesson hiding inside a quiet little book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad.